Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hobbit All Quests speedrun tutorial. I believe this is part 8. Yeah, part 8, Bears Out of Bond. We're going to start off here. I'm going to start off by saying the way I ended the last part with skipping the cutscene kind of late and having the other cutscene play right after it. Don't do that. You have to skip that cutscene right away because otherwise you get what's called a deload. But I'll talk about that. If you want to know more about the deload, look at my Crash Percent tutorial. Anyway, starting this level, I just skipped the first cutscene that played out, and we're going to start out heading to the left like this. Skip those two cutscenes, and we're going to be long jumping across here. We're going to try to land in this gate part right here. There's a small little section over here, and then there's this one larger section. We're going to land by that, and that part you can just kind of hop over like that.
Was it the wind?
Now head this way, climb up this ledge. Grab this crystal, which we're going to need to grab all 4 of those. So keep on the lookout for those. We're going to keep on moving. And we're going to head inside now. So far the route hasn't really differed too much from any percent. Anyway, now that we're in here, we're going to want to grab all of the elvish opening crystals that are scattered about. So to do that, we're going to head down to the right like this. Head down to this area. Grab this crystal that's right here. And head back this way. There's one right here, so make sure to grab that. And then head up here. The last one is right over here, and this is also where the herb is. You can see the herb on that little ledge over there. What I like to do to get to it is jump to this rope, and then jump to the ledge. You can use the jump attack if you need to, but once you get here, turn yourself around by just tapping the joystick and press R twice. Don't mash them because that will generally switch your weapon, but just press them twice like that. You should be facing the rope, so just long jump into the rope, jump to it, climb up here. And then long jump to that rope, grab it, and put all 3 elvish opening crystals in their little pedestals. Now we're going to move the blocks to the correct positions, which isn't that hard to do, so. Now this block, I look more into this stuff for any percent, but I do believe that it's faster to grab it from the back when pushing it this way because you push faster than you pull, so I believe it's slightly faster, but whatever. That's more of a small time saver thing that I'll discuss in another video. Anyway, we're going to head down this tunnel now. And you should hit a loading trigger right here. So just wait that out. Continue heading down the tunnel. Trigger this cutscene and skip it. Run out, put on your ring. And here you can either climb up the ladder that's over there, if you can see it, or you can climb up the barrels that are right here. I usually climb up the barrels because it's slightly faster, but you can take the ladder if you so choose to. Anyway, either way you get up here, head this way, talk to these dwarves, and then head down. Again, avoid the elves because you don't want to die at this point. And we're going to head down this tunnel. We're going to be triggering a cutscene right here, so just skip that cutscene and head back out of the room. Now head up this tunnel again. Put on your ring here so you don't get caught by the elves, and climb up the ladder. This is the ladder that you would have taken earlier if you didn't take the barrels up, so this is the path you would take to get to the dwarves. But you have to talk to this dwarf again anyway, so go ahead and talk to the dwarf. Skip the cutscenes, and now we're going to be heading out. And there are a few things up here that are important. One of them is there is a rope up at the top of this tunnel, right on the outside, that you're going to want to grab. It's actually very important that you grab the rope and lower it because there is a backup strat for grabbing the rope, but it's very, very tricky to do. It requires a super precise angle. So it's important that once you trigger this cutscene, you actually make sure to grab the rope and lower it before jumping off. And now just head this way. You can see I jumped up those 2 ropes and got onto here. Grab this red herb, the willow weed. Then head up here, grab this crystal, and go into this door. Now we're going to head up here. There's this annoying web. We can't cut it with our sword. What we can do is, and I'm going to put on my ring before doing it actually, put the web potion in. It's at the very bottom of your list of items. Now we're going to grab this crystal, and hurry back here, cut all of these webs, and grab the last herb. Now you have to head out. Again, you don't want to use many of your health potions right now. I have 4 of them. I believe I only need 2 for this level, but you still don't want to use many of them. Anyway, now we're going to be heading back to Galleon, and we're going to be putting the 3 herbs that we got into his mug to put him to sleep. We're basically going to go drug his drink. So head down the tunnel. Try to avoid Liana's text. You can interact with her, but I just usually try not to. Head down the tunnel and put your ring on.
Is someone there?
Now you just need to put the 3 herbs in his drink, which are the moonleaf, the willowweed, and the spider's bane. Now I'm gonna save because there's a kind of tricky strat. This is the basement skip that I don't know whether I talked about it earlier or not, but what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be setting a clip warp in a very specific position out here. So I'm actually going to give my ring a second to recharge. And you're going to be setting it right here, right outside of this gate. So just right here. Now you're going to want to head up to where the dwarves are. Again, it's very important that you keep jumping because you have a clip warp. I don't believe we've actually done anything with clip warping since, actually we just did something with clip warping and flies and spiders, never mind. Anyway, talk to this dwarf and skip his cutscene and start mashing the A and start buttons so that, you can skip this cutscene that plays out here. Mashing start, it will cause, a few, maybe, menus to appear, but it's worth it if you don't lose your clip warp. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and grab this. You don't necessarily need that one. I believe that's only a stone training scroll, but anyway, head down into here. This tunnel, sliding down cannot reset your clip warp. And now comes the kind of tricky part. We're actually going to be warping off of some vines that are over here. And the way I usually do that is, well, first of all, if you don't have any health potions at this point, go over here and get this potion because you're going to need it. And maybe grab an antidote as well. Not that you really need that one, but still. Anyway, we're going to be warping off of these vines, and the way I like to do it is by jump attacking and then mashing B. Now you should land on here, and as you can see, I'm low on health. So I'm going to take my health potion before doing anything else. Now, if you don't land on here, you'll actually fall into this hole, so just push right so you fall into there. But, if you do it correctly, you should land right here, right where I just landed. Anyway, what we do now is we head over here. You're going to want to stay on the invisible ceiling, and this is where it gets kind of tricky. We're going to be jumping off of this, landing on this area down here, and slipping off so that we don't die. So I'm going to jump from right about here. I actually jumped too far and landed on the back. Like I said, it's kind of a tricky trick to do. So let me try that again. Once it loads. So I'll show it a bit faster this time to show what it would look like if you're actually in a run or whatever, like if you're actually hurrying through.
Was it the way?
As you can see, I set my clip warp right by the gate, talk to the dwarf, and skip the cutscene. Head down here, which I took a little bit of damage falling into the tunnel that time. So I'm going to go ahead and take a health potion. If that happens, I want to be at as close to full health as I can when I go, when I do the clip warp. So I'm going to go ahead and take my health potion, use a jump attack, and start mashing B. Anyway, if that happens, what you're going to want to do is push right, and you should be fine. Just make sure you land on the ceiling. Anyway, I'm now down to 2 health potions, and I'm about right here. I don't want to jump over the wall this time, so I'm going to be a bit more careful with that. Anyway, if you do it right, that's what it should look like. Just kind of slide down the wall and take minimal damage. Now, there are 2 ways to get across here. The way I usually use is I push my joystick all the way up and do a long jump and a jump attack, which works pretty easily. Now, as you can see, I got over here, but sometimes you won't. Sometimes you get long jump glitch. If that happens and you do end up falling down here, the best thing to do is to try to keep your clip warp, because you can actually warp off of the vines and land back where you just were. So if you do end up falling down here, just head back this way to the vines, and it wastes a small bit of time, but it's worth it in my opinion. As you can see, I'm back here now. The other way to do it is to just kind of grab onto this edging. This way you have no chance of not making it, or there's little chance of you not making it. But with the other way, there is a chance of getting a long jump glitch. Anyway, now once you're here, just climb up these ropes and head along up this tunnel. Grab that deep cellar key. That's the last deep cellar key we're gonna need. So just keep heading up the tunnel. There will be a loading screen right here. And once you get up here, this is where Thorin is trapped, so we're going to be saving him. So you're going to want to put the keys in. And the way I do it is this, I believe, is the slot where the key 1 goes. The one that's pointing towards Thorin is the one where key 1 goes, and then all the rest just go from there. So you're going to save him, skip the cutscenes, and now we're going to head up here, and this is where we're going to be finishing off the level. We're almost done. Just trigger this. And from here, just skip the cutscene and you're done with the level. Now, if you're in need of keys still, if you don't have 3 keys, at least 3 keys, you're going to want to buy whatever keys you need in this area, but you should be good on keys. There's not really any more need for potions, for a while anyway. But, yeah. Just save your money for right now, for in case you decide later on that you need anything. And, yeah. I'll be back next time for the next part. See you guys.